Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you all to the second part of the lecture number 7 for the course of Control System series. My name is Engineer Jafar Ali and I am your instructor for this course. So let's start with the recapitulation. In the last class, we have discussed about block diagram reduction, and we have did some examples as well. So we will continue with that.
So let's talk about some previous examples that we did. That you can see that these are some numericals we did in the last class, and we also performed some kind of techniques, reduction techniques showing in this diagram. And we also did an example, and this example that we did in the last class, and we solved this complete we reduced actually this block diagram into a single block diagram. Later on, we saw some more techniques. This is basically the one where you move a summing point behind a given block, or a forward or reverse block. You basically move a summing point left or right to that block, and these are the rules. And the 3, 4, and 5 actually we performed some kind of manipulations in the to compensate the overall system actually. So let's revisit them again, and now the last two are basically eliminating a feedback loop, or you can swap the two neighboring summing points actually. So these were the sum points, and now based on these points we are going to solve at least 4 to 5 numericals in this class. So hold on and stay with me.
So now let's do a particular example, and with this example I will conclude my lecture, or the first part of the lecture. There is example 8 of this, and you can see that there are 1, 2, 3 forward paths, 2 reverse path, and there are 3 summation points. So now how can you find the single block instead of using these 7 blocks? There are 7 different blocks which involves 3 forward path gains, 2 reverse path gain, that is 5, and these 3 are basically the summation points. So there are total 8 things that are involved in this huge diagram, and you have to find a single block. Instead of using these all blocks, you will have to find a single block, and what should be the equation of that single block if you want to find out this thing. So the first thing that you do is basically you just move this point. You can see that you just move this point from here to this side of G1, from here to this side of G1, but you know that this thing will is not taking G1 into account. So if you move this point to this point, if you move this summing point from here to here, so it means that you are involving G1 at this point again. So to compensate that, you have to divide G1 from here, so that this H1 is not multiplied by G1. So if it get multiplied, this thing multiplied by this G1, this H2, this G1 will be cancelled out, and you will be only getting H2, which was your first requirement. There is no G in this block. So if you move this thing from here to here, you have to put a G1 in the denominator, so that it gets cancelled out. Now the second thing that you need to do is basically you just have to cascade them, because you see that this was not possible earlier. You just cascade them. So now you can basically do the cascade, and you just have to put into a single block. Now you did that, you put these two things into a single block, that is G1, G2. Now the second thing is basically involvement of this H1. So you see that this H1 is basically connected to this point, this summing point. The second thing you want basically is you want this G1 to, instead of this this summing point, it should be added in this point, and you know that there is no other things, and it is not that much difficult. You can also do that. You just have swapped. You see that you have swapped. Basically, this the rule, the swapping rule, that was the rule number 7. Let me show you. This was the rule number 7. You just you can swap these two summing points, and you just did the same. This was the summing point over here, and this was the summing point over here. And if you just swap them, you bring this here and you bring this on this side. So this will be much more easy, because now you are getting a simple closed loop circuit, and you can apply that equation, that is forward path gain G1 G2 divided by 1 minus G1 G2 into H1, and we got this value that I just wrote for you. It was this equation. And now you see that when you got this equation, you can just basically cascade it with G3. So you just added the case this forward path gain G3 with this, just have to multiply it. Now you are getting this equation, and now you see that this is basically a closed loop feedback. You can see that this is a closed loop feedback. So you can also apply the same rule, and when you apply the same rule, that is this is your forward path gain, let's say this is X, and this is your reverse path gain, let's say this is Y. So the overall equation for this thing will be X divided by 1, and this is feedback is basically with minus, so there will be plus 1 plus X into Y. And what is X? X is this thing, and what is Y? Y is this thing. So overall equation becomes this thing with 1 minus sign. So you got this equation, and now you see that this is basically a unity feedback system, and you can resolve it by yourself. Let's say this is your this whole equation, let's say this is your A. So the overall equation will be of this C of S divided by this R of S will be equal to this A divided by 1, which is minus, so it will be plus A, and the value of H is equal to 1, so no need to write 1. So this thing divided by 1 plus this whole thing, and if you solve this, you can get this value. So this is your example, and a good example for complete block diagram reduction, that how you reduced these huge and complicated, you can see that this was a complicated diagram, and you just shifted this block diagram into a single block diagram. And this was the equation which I asked you, that what should be that single equation. This is the question mark. You can see that I also mentioned that what should be the value. So the value should be this thing, sorry, this thing. This thing was the main equation, which was this equation will tell you all the overall equation between this C of S, relationship between C of S and this R of S. So here is another example, and it has asked that find the transfer function of the following block diagrams. So you have given a block diagram over here. You can see that there are four forward path gains and 2 reverse path gains, and there are 3 basically summers or summing points in the diagram you can see over here. So we have to reduce these huge block diagram into a single transfer function, or you can say a single block actually. So the first step is that the first step will be that we have to move this point, and we will move this point ahead of the block G2. So this summing point will be moved from this side to this side. When we move this link from this side to this side, we will have to do something to incompensate that as well. So after the first thing, the second part will be we have to eliminate the loop of I actually, this is the loop, and we will be solving it. So after we solve it, we will be getting the equation G4 plus G2 G3. This G2 and G3 will be multiplied, and this will be added. You see that these both are plus signs, so this will be added. So the overall block will be, that will be appearing over here, will be G4 plus G2 G3. Now you know that we have moved that point A towards this point B. Now we have to compensate that as well. So we have multiplied this that point with G2 actually. So we have got this point over here, this block over here, and now we have shifted. We have to move this pickup point from here, or pickup point from here to behind this block of let's say this at this side. So you can see that this point, when we move this point from to this side, so we have to take this G4 plus G2 G3 from this H1 G2. So we will divide it actually. You can see that we will be dividing this in G4 plus G2 G3. So we will be doing this at this side along with H1 and G2, and we will be able to remove this point, this pickoff point from here to here, and after that we will be able to solve this loop. So you can see that this is a feedback loop, and you know that this will be equal to this thing divided by 1 plus this thing and this thing, and I have asked you to put a plus because the sign is minus over here. So you can see that you can you have found that this thing block is now this. The loop was solved and simplified into this version, and this thing was the multiplication of the, or you can say the cascading of these points, H1 G2 divided by G4 plus G2 G3. This is the one, and you can see that now these two are in cascade form, so you just have to multiply it. So you will be multiplying this G1 with this side, so you will be getting G1 divided by this whole thing. And when you take the loop of this thing as well, this loop, you will be getting this thing divided by 1 plus this whole thing multiplied by this. So this G1 G4 plus G2 will be in the numerator, and this will be in the denominator as well, multiplied with the reverse path gain. So with the plus sign, because this is minus, so you will get this kind of loop. And you see that this is the unity feedback system, and the reverse path gain of, let's say, H3 is basically 1. Let's say this is H3 and this is equal to 1. So if you apply the same rule of closed feedback or closed loop transfer function, you will be able to find the transfer function of a single block, and this single block will be equal to this whole thing divided by 1 plus this whole thing. So this whole thing divided by 1 plus this whole thing gives us this equation. So you have to solve this actually. As I've solved it, so this will be a single block, and the input to this block will be this R of S, and the output of this block will be Y of S. So this is the second example that I have done for you for solving the huge block diagram. Now there is a third example, and this will be the final example that I will be doing for you. So rest of the assignment questions and problems will be done by yourself as practice. So the third example is the same, that it has asked us to fire a single block. Now you see this is a very interesting diagram over here, and you will be doing such kind of analysis, or we can say simplification. The first thing that you can do is basically actually you can solve this loop. So when you solve this loop, this becomes G2 divided by 1 plus G2 H2. Now you can move this point from A to this point B, and when you do that, you have to take this thing, the opposite of this thing actually, in the cascade form. So you did the same, and you move this point, you took this point and moved it from here to this point B. So you got this line, this thing, and now you will be easily you can easily cascade this and this as well. So when you cascade these both, you can get this kind of, the first thing that will be cascaded will be this, the upper portion, and in the denominator, the lower portion of this diagram, it has basically done the feedback, closed loop feedback transfer function, and this will be this whole thing divided by 1 plus this whole thing multiplied by G3. So when you solve this, you will get this block. Instead of these two blocks, you are getting this one block. You see that, and now you can easily solve this further to find the value of a complete transfer function. You see that this is minus, so the plus sign will be shown in the denominator all over the places, and it will be let's say this is your A and this is your B. So the equation will become A divided by 1 plus A into B. So you just have to put the values of A, that is this thing, and over here, and as well as here. Similarly, you will have to put the value of B in the denominator as well. So after you solve this, you will get the value something like this block, and the input to this block will be this R of S, and the output of this block will be Y of S. And if you divide this Y of S to this R of S, you can easily get the value something like this. So there is another example, example 11, and you can see that this is a more complicated block diagram, and now you have to simplify this. So the first thing is basically you have to move this point from here to this point, so that these things will be get cascaded, and then you can apply the feedback closed loop function over here. So you have done the same thing, and if you merge them, you took this point from here and move it to here, you have to take actually it back from this point. So you have done the same thing, you have taken the G4 from here, you have moved this whole point from this side, this line to this side. So you have divided G4 because G4 was not included in this side, so you have taken it back actually, and now you will be able to solve this G3, G4 and H4. So you have solved it, you get this value, and you have to move basically this point actually as well. So if you move this point as well, this G2 will be basically, after solving this thing, you will be cascading this G2 with this side. So you did the same, this G2 will be in the numerator only because it was cascaded after the feedback system. So the first thing that you did was you moved that G4 these points to this side, point B, and then you applied the closed loop feedback over here, and then you cascaded this G2 with it. So now you got this kind of circuit or block diagram. Now you have to basically, you can solve this loop and you can solve these loops separately, and you have solved in this loop 2, and you got this equation with a plus sign because it was minus. The signs are really important, guys, so I am repeating this again and again, so don't get irritated because this is really important. And similarly, you have solved this this loop 3 basically, and you got this equation, and now you have got two different loops, and you just have to apply another time the same closed loop transfer function, and when you apply, you got this equation. Let's say this is your again A and this is your B, so the same formula will be applied, A divided by 1 plus AB, and if you apply the same thing over here, you will be getting this equation. It means when you apply R of S, it will process this thing and on R of S, and it will provide you output as Y of S. So let's do one more quick example. You can see that the system is given to you and now you are going to solve it. So the first thing that you can do is actually you can move this point A and you can take it from here to here, but you have to take this G3 from it, so you will have to divide H1 by G3, and you know that by default. And after this you will be able to cascade them and you will be able to take a closed loop transfer function from this side. So you did the same, you move this point A to point B and now you are just going to cascade them and you will take the closed loop transfer function feedback equation. And when you move this point A to point B, you will actually have to take this G3 from this H1 and this H1 will be something like this. So now you got this side and you can see that after you cascade this G2 with this G3, you got this equation, and these things you can see that this H1 G3 and this H2, these are basically doing the same thing, that is from minus. So you can add them actually and put a common sign minus, because you see that these are two feedbacks, so you don't get confused. You just have to add them with a common minus sign. So you have added them because they have the same entry point, that was this summing point, and you did the same with a common point, that is minus. So you actually put H1 divided by G3 with plus H2, because this will be multiplied with minus and it will be becoming minus. And now you can apply simply a closed loop feedback function equation over here, that is A divided by 1 plus AB. After that you will be getting this kind of equation, and you can easily cascade it with this G1, and you will again take a closed loop feedback equation. On this side you will get this equation, and after you get this equation you can see that these is not a feedback, this is actually a forward. These both are forward path gain and these are going to be added. So this thing plus G4, this whole thing will be added with G4. So this will be the whole equation. You can see this from here. So now you have got this RS over here, and you are getting this Y of S from this side. This is again the same thing. So this is very much interesting examples, and I have done a dozen examples for you. This is example number 12 actually. So the rest of these questions will be there are further questions up to 18. I have given you, I have solved 12 examples for you, and there are total 18 these examples. So I will be hoping that you do it by yourself. So that's all for today now. I hope that you have learned about the block diagram reduction using these quite interesting exercises and numericals. I hope that you will be able to solve further of these equations and numericals, and I hope that if you have any question you can ask me directly on my email, or you can ask your questions in the class as well. That's all for today. Don't hesitate to ask, because you know that the more you ask, the more you learn. I'll see you in the class. Thank you for today. Allah Hafiz.